So into the Q&A area, we have, let's see, the URL for those free photos was flickr.com, FLICKR.com. If you were wondering, Denise, was it iStock Photo?
Yes, with an I, not EYE.
I love iStock Photo. I can spend hours there dreaming up products I'll never make.
Yeah. It's
Roz
really great for PowerPoints, too.
Yes. Roz asks, I have a number of blogs. Would I use my blog with my name as my hub? This is a common question. So for those that have, like I have andywibbles.com, and then I may have products and services that have different names. What's your take on that, Denise? Do you make sort of your name domain your hub, or do you group your hub by topic? What do you do?
Well, I have my name, DeniseWakeman.com. It is built on typepad, and it's basically just a couple of pages where it's my clearinghouse, basically, who I am, it's my bio, and then links to all my other stuff. And then all my other blogs have their own domains. They're mapped over the typepad domain, and so I can easily promote them. But, it depends on how you're creating your business. I mean, mine is just grown all over the place, so it's kind of scattered. But yeah. I have dozens of domains, and some are sales pages, some are blogs. And for my own name, I use it only as my bio and clearinghouse and what I'm up to and how to reach me, how to contact me, and how to work with me.
Yeah, it's very dangerous once you learn how to register domains, because I can go through GoDaddy in about 30 seconds. I can skip all the upsells, and yep. I am there.
Yep.
Roz asks, is the blog option on LinkedIn available for those without typepad? And she then says she's ducking. You don't have to duck. The answer is the blog link on typepad works with all types of blogs, not just typepad blogs.
Right.
Alex asks, is it a good idea to build your website and blog together as one site? This is always a classic question. I want to hear your take on this.
It depends.
It always depends. On what?
Obviously, because I am coming from the typepad school, I have them all hosted by typepad, and I think that works perfectly fine. I think that personally, my belief is that the people who say it has to be on your website domain, I think that they are very attached to the arch rival here, WordPress, and that's their argument. It all has to be there. But in my opinion, wherever your blog is, you get the traffic. It doesn't, whether it's on your website or it's going to your blog that's hosted by typepad, you're still getting all that traffic. People say that, I've heard this argument that Google doesn't, like your blog if it's not on your website domain. I think that's crazy. That's crap. So, I think that you need to pick the platform that works the best for you, and that you feel the most comfortable with. Whether I believe personally that you need to be more techie or pay someone to deal with WordPress. That's my experience, and I'm a pretty techie person, and it's the experience of many of my clients. So if you are not as technically inclined, if you want something that's really simple, point and shoot, you go with typepad. It is the best system out there, in my opinion. It makes it so easy. And I'm not saying this just because I'm, being hosted by typepad right here. Many people have heard me say this over the years. So I don't think it matters if it's on your site or not. It's fine if it is. It's fine if it's not. You link from one to the other anyway.
And I think it's important there's so many decisions people can get mired down into, but simply get started. Start blogging, try it out. For some folks, you're going to love it immediately. For some, it may take a few months before you really know exactly how you're going to start using it. But it's good to know that these technologies are out there for small businesses. They're built for people without a whole lot of technical skill, because we think everybody deserves to get online, basically.
I agree with that.
The question was, let's say I'm a tax accountant in Cincinnati. What should my 3-month plan for my blog be? So you've got a local business with a specific niche. What should I do for my first 3 months?
Well, that's a good question. I think what is important to do is, when it's partially in setting up the blog, you want to make sure that your keywords of your location, your geographic location, are very clearly identified in your header and in your categories, in the meta tags behind the scenes, because you want the search engines to be finding you as an accountant in Cincinnati. Then when you start writing your content, start educating people about how you serve them. What are the kinds of products and services that you provide? And don't say it as, I do this for you, but talk about the problems that people have around accounting and how they can be solved through accounting, let's say. So if people, have tax issues or whatever, with the IRS or whatever, how do they solve them? But use it in a way so that you are illustrating how you would solve it. Well, when I work with clients who've been, audited by the IRS, this is typically how we handle it, that sort of thing. And so you want to really get into education and write a lot of educational posts before you start saying, and by the way, hire me.
Right, yeah. I tell folks, what are the, when you pick up the phone and somebody asks you questions about your business, the longer sigh you make because you've answered this question so many times all your life, the more that should be a blog post. Get those FAQs on the blog. They will show your attention, your expertise, your credibility very quickly.
Exactly.
For folks that have to jump off the call, that's just fine. We'll send out the recording in a couple days. I'm going to check the Q&A. Susan says, thank you from Miss Do-Gooder. I think that's one of your folks, right, Denise?
Possibly, yep.
Do-Gooder? Oh, right,
I don't know everybody's handle that's on in my world.
Hard to keep in mind your domain name, your Twitter name, your blog name.
Exactly.
Let's see, other questions. Do you know any sites like Technorati for German countries or Europe in general? That I don't know. I know that Google has their blog search, which is at google.com/blog search, and it might be multilingual. Mm-hmm. I would go check that out.
Yeah, I don't know of specific directories, but I would do a Google search on it. Yeah. Blog directory, Germany.
Yeah,
German.
Try it out and see what happens. We're going to go ahead and sign off. For folks, reminder, the discount code for that typepad trial was DW610, DW610. Just go to typepad.com. Our next seminar is on July 29th about personal branding. Thank you, Denise, so very much for joining us today.
It's been my pleasure.